The flight attendant who became CEO hopes that more women will make it to the top. Tokyo, Hong Kong CNN. Michiko Totori admits Japan has much more to do to get people like her into the chief executive seat. Totori was named as the first female president and chief executive of Japan Airlines, called JAL, in January, crowning a career that began nearly 40 years ago when she joined the airline as the flight attendant. Her rise in a rare feat in the nation where women still face major hurdles to promotion. Japan is still in the place of establishing the initial goal to increase the number of female managers, she told CNN in the interview at the airline's headquarters in Tokyo on Wednesday. I hope that Japan will soon become a place where people are not surprised when a woman becomes a president. We do want to seriously increase the number of women managers, and more than that, I think it's important that women themselves want to be active, so I really hope to see more and more of them in the future, she added. Totori, 59, began her career at the National Carrier in 1985, but 30 years later, in 2015, she became senior director of cabin attendant and was steadily promoted up to the ranks. Her background differs vastly from her predecessors. It is extremely rare for the former flight attendant to be climbed to the top job. Of the last 10 JAL presidents, 7 graduated from the prestigious University of Tokyo. By contrast, Totori attended the 2-year Kawashi Women's Junior College in Nagasaki, the part of the network of institutions that has played a major role in women's higher education. Totori's predecessors had a background in aviation maintenance, while the president before that started out as the pilot. Totori, pictured in 1985 using an in-flight poem, began her career as the cabin attendant at Japan Airlines. Among the reasons JAL gave for promoting Totori to the senior position was her high level of insight and field experience in safe flight operations and service through her career. And during the COVID-19 pandemic, she made a significant contribution to maintaining safe operations. Totori assumed the top job on April 1st, and her appointment comes as the airline deals with the fallout from the fiery collisions of Flight 516 at Tokyo's Haneda Airport on January 2nd, as well as the fallout from the ongoing safety crisis at Boeing. Aviation expert has one question after Japan Airline plane fire. Major accident. As it touches down at Haneda, the Airbus A350 passenger plane collided with a Coast Guard aircraft on the runway, killing 5 people. All 379 people on JLA Flight 516 were safely evacuated. In the feat that highlighted the impressive safety protocol followed by the crew, who were praised for their speedy and cool-headed reactions. Totori says she watches the accident unfold on TV. She praised the crew and passengers for the quick evacuation. Well, first of all, I think the cooperation of our customers was enormous. They really followed the instructions of the flight crew calmly, which I think was the big factor. Also, I think it was important that the result of the safety training were fully realized, she said. Totori said she would make safety a priority. The year she joined the airline, JAL Flight 123 from Tokyo to Osaka crashed, killing 550 520 out of the 524 on board in what remains the deadliest single aircraft accident in aviation history. Shukura Yusuf, founder of Endow Analytics, which tracks the aviation industry, said safety is paramount in the aviation industry and the Totori's experience would help improve those protocols further. Japan has an excellent culture of safety compared to many countries, even developed ones. Unfortunately, JAL has had a couple of nasty accidents previously. Flight 123 in 1985 and the latest one in January 2024. I do think a woman, especially one with a track record as the cabin crew, can help improve the already high safety protocols at JAL, she said. Gender gap. Totori's appointment comes as Japan incorporates such struggles to address the glaring gender gap and improve diversity at top firms. Japan is ranked 125 out of 146 countries in the World Economic Forum's Global Gender Gap Index 2023. Dropping 9 places from the year before and placing far below other group of 7 developed nations. Regionally, in Asia, Japan ranks the worst for gender parity, coming last behind Myanmar and Fiji. As of 2023, only 12.9% of senior and leadership posts are held by women. According to the Global Gender Gap Report, there are female employees who are struggling with their career steps or going through life event. I hope I can give them the courage or push them to take their next step after seeing my appointment as the president, Totori said in January. The government aims to put women in 30% or of senior management roles at major listed companies by 2030 and says it will support efforts to build a pipeline for the promotion of women. But change from within has been slow. Dr. Seijiro Takeshita, professor of management and information at the University of Shizuoka, said corporate Japan has not done enough to ensure there are women in the executive pipeline to be promoted to C-suite promotions. Traditions, practices, and cultures are hard rock to crack, but it is getting there. He said a woman becoming the CEO of Japan's leading firm is the incredibly positive sign. Totori's appointment, he said, would be looked on very positively by the public and the stakeholders, especially given that she follows the non-elite path and rose through the ranks of the company. Cabin crew becoming CEO is taken very positively, particularly by the employees of JAL, who would much prefer to see their comrades becoming CEO rather than the CEO from the other firms or bureaucrat or ex-politicians, Takeshita said. JAL has rebounded pretty well after the COVID-19 pandemic, capitalizing on high tourist interest in the country, according to Yusuf. That said, each domestic competitor, ANA, All Nippon Airways, is also doing equally well. Indeed, the yen's continued weakness is the boon for tourists, but on the other hand, fewer Japanese are going abroad, he said. CNN's Junko Ogura, Mayumi Maruyama, and Juliana Liu contributed reporting.